If you've seen my previous video, this vlog is pretty much a rewriting of my daily life with exaggerated points so that you may know or have fun with life in itself by not looking at it just as it is, but what it could be. Looking at my previous video, I had learned there were a few things that I needed to work on. So one, I could be heard better, and also that I can be understood without problems. Happily, as I am human, well, just as human as everybody else on this planet, I am able to learn from all my mistakes. In the past week, there are many things I have done. If you saw my previous video, you know that I am looking for employment so I may stay in this land. I have found a temporary service that is able to give me temporary work. I was at this auction. People buy and sell these cars. Now, I don't know exactly who's selling except for the place that has the cars themselves. But I got to drive many of these vehicles. Now, looking at how to exaggerate this point, I'm not entirely sure whether to call them cars or to call them animals, because they do eat, and if they are not healthy, they will die, and they all have a lifespan. So in this, I'm calling cars horses. So here at this place, in this foreign land, we are selling horses to the highest bidder. They're old horses, some are young horses, some are new and in great detail, and some are in need of repair, or in need of healing and taken care of. So many of them may just be taken for their hooves, so they may be sold as glue. I'm not entirely sure, nor was it my business to ask. It was just to bring the horse into the stall and present it to the noisy group to buy it and do with it as they see fit at the time when they pick it up. After leaving this land, or leaving the auction, I came home and there was really nothing much more for the day. I still look for more work, and that does take a lot of time. Next day, one of the things I did was look for work. There was no work to be had that day, but I was able to get paid for the previous day by a slip of paper. Now, I found out that this slip of paper somehow is to be exchanged for money. It doesn't go to the bank that I usually go to, so I have to find a specific bank. I did not look for that bank until a few days later, when time permitted, in my quest to find the appropriate bank for this slip. I ran across two oddities. One was a market. I did not know the market was there, but it was there. There they sold many things like herbs, spices, vegetables, even soaps. This is an interesting bar of soap. I hear it's citrus. It smells a bit of citrus, but I'm not sure entirely what it is. I hear these soaps are supposed to work so much better than the regular soap. Now, I do not know much about all the soaps, and there are several different types of soap, but it costs less to buy this soap at that market than it does to buy soap at one of the big stores where almost everything can be found, but for a higher price. Now, I got several soaps, and over here I have my little soap henge, just because it's funny. The second place I went on this journey to find the correct bank, I ran across a racetrack, or vehicles, not horses, or I could call them horses or rats. But in this case, we'll call them vehicles, because they did not run on gas. They rode around these tracks inside a parking lot of the store that was near the bank I was looking at. The bank was closed, so I could not get the cash that was owed to me. But the track was interesting. There you had several people looking and racing these vehicles around and around in the parking lot of this store. Many of them jumped a ramp as part of the course of running around. I did not stick around to see who won, or if there are other courses and other vehicles that would go around in it. How I was able to do so, I am unaware. It was a sight to see. The day before I went to cash my slip, I finally harvested the lodestones that I had found inside other objects that were cheaply found or thrown away. A lodestone, what most people don't know, but is, in reality, the stone that is loaded with energy. The energy is so packed that it flows around and around in a field like a donut. Well, I got several of these things, and in theory I may be able to use these lodestones to make an engine or motor. Now, if I'm lucky, I may be able to take this and attach it to my, what was it called? It's exomodular transport. I haven't told you about my exomodular transport. Pretty much it is a skeleton with a couple of round attachments on it to roll, with a few gears and chains, and using the physical momentum of the human body, it is able to move from point A to point B and expand the strength and speed of the individual. It's a clever device. I don't know who invented it. Might be something to find out. The day after, or the night of my quest to cash my slip of paper, I went to a birthday party of a friend who has lots of friends. She is an individual who brings people together in many ways, in shapes and forms. Because of this, she has developed a lot of friends. This remarkable woman had a great night. She sparkled, literally sparkled, from head to foot in the dark light of the room. I was not intending on getting her anything, but on my way there, I came across a hat that I thought she might like. And there she had a nice hat. I would say that would be a bit bizarre, except she actually likes hats. I hope to see you all next week. If any more come, tell your friends, bring them along. And if this is boring and you want me to be more of one way or another, or you wish to add stories to what I have, I'd be happy to receive any comments or text inside the comments down below, or, well, you could have a video response, which would be just as good. I'm not entirely perfect at this, but I am learning. And as I learn, I will get better. Thank you. Good night.